If you want to meet Narendra Modi, ask for an appointment. That's what Arvind Kejriwal was politely told today after he chose to try and drive up straight to the residence of the BJP's prime ministerial candidate with a list of 16 questions. The Aam Aadmi Party's critics say that this media spectacle has been going on for too long. The Aam Aadmi Party says at stake is Narendra Modi's credibility.
हम नरेंद्र मोदी जी से मिलने के लिए उनके घर जा रहे हैं.
From Ahmedabad to Gandhinagar, Kejriwal headed straight to the Chief Minister's residence, seeking to meet him without any prior appointment. As he neared the state capital, the roads barricaded by the Gujarat police.
सीएम के एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी ने कहा मुझे रिटन रिक्वेस्ट दे दीजिए, तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि आप बात कर लीजिए. अरविंद केजरीवाल एक्स चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं दिल्ली के, वो मिलना चाह रहे हैं.
मेरे साथ मनीष सिसोदिया जी जा रहे हैं. अगर अपॉइंटमेंट मिली तो सीएम साहब के पास जाएंगे और जो टाइम देंगे हम उसमें जाने देंगे.
These are all actually plain clothes policemen. Some of them, of course, uniformed. They have all, surrounded and they are made a circle, ring around Arvind Kejriwal's car. Large crowd here.
The media spectacle ending as the Chief Minister's office said Modi was busy and would meet him if possible in the next few days only with an appointment. The BJP slamming him, calling it a publicity stunt.
जो सड़क छाप राजनीति की पैदाश है और सड़क छाप राजनीति करता है.
Many would be saying this is theatrics, this is drama. This is what he did in Delhi also.
Let it be. How does it matter? जनता के प्रश्न पूछना ड्रामा है तो ड्रामा सही.
Does this help you really position yourself as a potential and a much stronger candidate as the Prime Minister of India against Narendra Modi?
मेरे को नहीं बनना प्राइम मिनिस्टर.
The Congress weak in Gujarat, though apprehensive, the Aam Aadmi Party could occupy opposition space, backed Kejriwal.
जो आम आदमी पार्टी गुजरात में दिखाया, मैं सिर्फ कह रहा हूं कि सारे हमारे देश की वोटिंग पब्लिक आंख खोल के देख ले कि क्या होता है, कि गुजरात की असलियत क्या है.
2 days of Kejriwal in Gujarat has given enough fodder to both sides. After a day's break today, he heads back to Ahmedabad on Saturday for his rally.
Kejriwal versus Modi, the challenger versus the aspirant. Beyond the political rhetoric and the headline-grabbing drama, Kejriwal would hope that taking on Modi on his home turf would capture the imagination of the Indian voter in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, also seal his position as the strongest opponent to Narendra Modi for the Prime Minister's post. With camera person Rakesh Solanki in Ahmedabad, Tejas Mehta for NDTV.
All right, Arvind Kejriwal versus Narendra Modi. Well, joining us now to take a look at this, Nalin Kohli, the National Executive Committee member of the BJP, will be joined by representatives of the Aam Aadmi Party. Rahul Mehra, we are waiting for Rahul to be seated, and also Siddharth Vadrajan, the senior journalist. But Nalin, let me come to you first. One of the points mentioned in a letter which the Aam Aadmi Party has written to the Election Commission is about an incident that took place yesterday. They say that in Gujarat, Arvind Kejriwal's police escort actually disappeared, and 30 kilometers after that, his car was surrounded by 50 to 60 people who waved black flags. They started kicking and attacking his car, and then they broke the windscreen of the car. They say that they are implying in this letter that the BJP was behind it.
They can imply anything. The Aam Aadmi Party has been implying about anything and everything about everyone and anyone except themselves. They never have any answers for their own acts. They only have questions and allegations. If they have written to the Election Commission, I'm sure we all respect the Election Commission, and I'm sure they should also. They are a political party. The Election Commission will look into it and reply or respond in whatever way. What comment do you expect from me?
No, any comment on, and let me quote, there was no police around at the time. After this attack, the police rejoined the convoy after some time. The timing of this disappearance and appearance seems suspicious. This is a political party that says that in Narendra Modi's Gujarat, they were attacked, and attacked because of some sort of a conspiracy involving the police. I'm asking you to react to that.
Well, I mean, yes, of course, if we want to talk about conspiracy theories, the first one will start about the Aam Aadmi Party's funding. There are enough conspiracy theories doing the rounds that they are being funded by the CIA and Pakistani NGOs. In fact, they have not given a reply still to the court, which was on the 27th of January or the 5th. So, I mean, what are we talking about? This is not an issue. Once the model code of conduct comes into operation, Vishnu, as you and I both know, the police will report to the Election Commission. And given the respect and the fear also of the Election Commission, since it has an unblemished track record of clean, fair, free, violence-free elections, at least in the last many years, nobody would believe that, the police and all this would succumb to any kind of political conspiracy.
But they say that this was a study tour, it wasn't an election
just a couple
rally.
of sentences, well, yes, couple of things. If it's a study tour, I mean, in a day and a half, Mr. Kejriwal has outdone every PhD in the world. I mean, he certainly has become an expert on Gujarat. And certainly, he has not been able to know that Gujarat has won 72 awards so far, the state. He has forgotten about the awards by the Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, the UN, multiple agencies. But Mr. Kejriwal is a law unto himself.
No, but he says that he has 16 questions, which is why he wanted to meet Narendra Modi, but he was told to... He was told that the Chief Minister was busy.
If he wished to meet Narendra Modi, I'm sure he could have written to Narendra Modi's office, sought an appointment, given Mr. Modi's schedule. I have not been able to meet Mr. Modi for a very long period of time, except at our political meetings. That does not mean that Mr. Modi does not want to meet with me. He's, after all, not only the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he is the Prime Ministerial candidate of the BJP and NDA. Do you think he's sitting there and twiddling his thumbs, or does he have an agenda for just being on television, as Mr. Kejriwal has?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Aam Aadmi Party isn't on television at the moment because they've disappeared. So, that being the case, let me go across to Siddharth Varadarajan. I'm sure he doesn't speak for the Aam Aadmi Party. But Siddharth, let me ask you the larger issue. Let me ask you the larger issue of the game which is being played. On the one hand, you've got Arvind Kejriwal, who is trying to gate crash Narendra Modi. And on the other hand, you've got leaders like Narendra Modi who often don't even refer to Arvind Kejriwal, because if they do, then people get aware of his presence politically. Is this two strategies very different, very divergent from each other that each party is playing out?
I think there's two issues that we need to focus on here, Vishnu. First is the rather disgraceful manner in which the Aam Aadmi Party and its leaders appear to have been treated in Gujarat. Now, if the Aam Aadmi Party has alleged that the police vanished and then they were attacked and then the police rejoined, this wouldn't surprise me. Of course, everything needs to be investigated, but this is a state in which something like a dozen IPS officers are in jail, facing very, very serious charges of committing, fake encounters, murders, extortion, all sorts of crimes. And so this is the reality of law enforcement in Gujarat, quite frankly. We all know how the police in Gujarat distinguished themselves in 2002 and how they distinguished themselves subsequently in trying to chase down the organizers of that massacre to such an extent that you needed the Supreme Court to bring in investigators and run an investigative program from outside the state. So I think what's happened to Kejriwal and Sisodia and the Aam Aadmi Party when they visited Gujarat is something which really it doesn't show Gujarat and the state of administration in Gujarat.
So you believe what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying?
The second issue, I think prima facie there's no reason to disbelieve it. I'm not one who embraces the kind of absurd rhetoric that Mr. Nalin Kohli has said about them being funded by the CIA. Yesterday I saw him on TV saying that the Naxalites are behind them. This really has to be a very unique alliance which sees the CIA and the Naxalites together backing Aam Aadmi Party. Let's not insult the intelligence of ordinary people. I mean, deal with the AAP as a political rival, and no need to slander or make these kinds of wild allegations. And this is where I think the BJP appears to be rattled, because they don't have an answer for the kind of innovative politics that the AAP is pursuing. Of course, Mr. Kejriwal's attempt to meet Mr. Modi was not a very serious one. You can't just land up and say, I want to meet the Chief Minister of the state. But there was a political message that he was trying to get across, that I'm the guy with all the questions and Modi has no answers. And I think today, on that limited point alone...
Siddharth, let me interrupt to get Nalin Kohli to reply, and then I'll go across to Rahul Mehra, who's also joined us. Nalin, go ahead.
There are some severe, not even serious, severe allegations that Mr. Varadarajan has raised about us, and also I'd like to comment on each one very briefly. He has called the Aam Aadmi Party innovative. Yes, it is innovative if you consider a man, Mr. Kejriwal, when he stands up and says, I'm an anarchist. It's a fascinating innovation. I'm sure Mr. Varadarajan considers that as the high epitome of democratic traditions. Secondly, I'd like to point out he has gone to Gujarat and spoken about the police being extortionists. Perhaps Mr. Varadarajan has a dislike for Mr. Modi and perhaps for the BJP and Gujarat. But that's personal, his view. It doesn't rattle us in any way. The fact is, after all the Supreme Court and outside investigations, Mr. Modi, despite everyone else's dislike, did not get convicted, or there was not a shred of evidence that went against him. And after the biggest media trial in the country against a chief minister, which has never happened against any other individual in this country. So rest assured, so that's okay. We are used to this and it's nothing new for us. Number 3 is about Mr. Kejriwal shabbily being treated or etc. They have complained to the Election Commission. Now is Mr. Varadarajan suggesting that we should pass a judgment when the matter is with the Election Commission, or does he even take the credibility of the EC to be light and feels that Mr. Modi has a role to play in their way of working too?
No, I think what Mr. Varadarajan was saying, and I don't mean to paraphrase him, is that there is reason to believe what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying when they say that Arvind Kejriwal's vehicle was attacked under suspicious circumstances.
1 minute, hold on. Any attack or any act of violence against any political person is absolutely incorrect. Yes, Mr. Varadarajan, you can, after I finish, certainly have the floor. So any attack is incorrect, it's against the democratic process and is condemnable. I mean, that's, I think, standard.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. Rahul Mehra of the Aam Aadmi Party, come in over here. 2 questions to you, Rahul. Firstly, what happened with Arvind Kejriwal's vehicle yesterday? Why do you believe that it was attacked by BJP workers? What evidence do you have? And secondly, how did Arvind actually expect to drive up to Narendra Modi's residence and expect him to meet him, just like that?
Well, Vishnu, there are, all that the Aam Aadmi Party had done, and Arvind Kejriwal, because there was such a hue and cry amongst a certain section of the media that there is a certain, Gujarat model, which is a vibrant model, progressive model, and that was upping the ante by a certain section of the media and trying to create that artificial kind of a feeling amongst the people that, oh, literally there is a wave of Narendra Modi. So one wanted to go there within the territory of the individual concerned and have a study, do a study of that particular model. And within 48 hours, there have been some shocking revelations. There are 16 questions, and let's talk on facts. There are villages, there are hospitals, there are schools which are named in those 16 questions. There are figures, facts and figures which are given in those 16 questions. The easiest way to respond to that is, and to puncture the Aam Aadmi Party, whatever we guys are saying out here on this side, is to respond to those with facts, with figures, and say what we are talking is absolutely wrong, and therefore establish that yes, there is a vibrant model of Gujarat which should be replicated all over India. But all that one can see is, before Arvind could even put his foot on that land, which is very much within India, and thankfully as of now you don't need a special visa for Gujarat. You enter there and you feel that the entire state machinery is working on the behest of an individual or a constitutional authority and the political party, which seems to be rattled by just a one-year-old party.
Okay.
Why is it that it is difficult for someone as big as the chief minister of a state to meet an ex-chief minister maybe for 49 days? After all, Arvind was also holding a constitutional post.
Okay, let Nalin answer that.
You can't meet an individual.
Nalin, what was the problem?
If you can't open your doors for an individual who has
have a reply
post, what about the Aam Aadmi?
To what Arvind Kejriwal sought. He just sought a meeting.
Yeah, sure. I said he could have sought a meeting, not in such a dramatic manner. Let's go one by one. What is the Aam Aadmi Party? Please note, parties locus standi. Are they an investigative agency? Are they a media house? Are they the judge? They are a political party registered under the Election Commission, like us, the Congress, and anybody else. So once you are a political party, you are not a representative of the Aam Aadmi. You are a political party that goes to the Aam Aadmi for votes. And certainly, the Aam Aadmi elects or rejects whoever they consider correct. That's what it is. Once you are a political party, you may be entitled to your own innovative ways of approaching publicity and publicity stunts. But that does not mean we need to either stoop down to that or respond to it. We will deal with the people directly. You are free to deal directly. You can do your publicity stunts.
Rahul, it's a publicity stunt that Arvind Kejriwal was trying to pull. That's what the BJP says. You can't impose your standards on them for meeting people.
Nobody wants to. It's all that one can say is it's extremely unfortunate if the issue-based policies, if the questions which are bothering the people of Gujarat, if the questions which are not reaching the Chief Minister of Gujarat, if the issues which are facts and figure-based, if issues which are based on evidence are negated and said, we don't care about them, we don't care about the people of Gujarat, leave alone people of India, we will go to the people of, once in 5 years, we will not engage with the people, we will not talk to them, we will not let them enter, we will stop them 6 kilometers before the Chief Minister's residence or office. If that's the kind of politics Congress and BJP wants to play, which they have been playing, so be it. But we don't believe in such politics. We believe in engagement. We believe in dialogue. We believe in answers, accountability and transparency. And that is what we will always continue to bring to the nucleus of political debate.
Okay, Nalin, briefly before I go across, Nalin, go ahead briefly before I go across to Mr. Vardarajan. Go ahead, Nalin.
No, I don't need to be as verbose on a political speech. I will respond only with points. I think this is a fascinating point of engagement, as we have seen with Mr. Rahul Mehra's party and Somnath Bharti barging into Women's House, as we've seen with all their leaders trying to barge into our premises, as they have now tried to barge into probably the Chief Minister's place. Tomorrow morning, they are welcome to try to barge into the house of Sonia Gandhi ji, Rahul Gandhi ji, Priyanka Gandhi ji, Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, and see how welcome they are.
Nalin, in a letter that they've written to the
who
EC,
ran away. Hold on.
They say that you had a lathi in your hand.
Who ran away?
How can you claim
when the
higher
public
moral
he
ground
invited to come without
when they say you attacked one of their volunteers, Shailendra Singh,
away from
with
the
a lathi?
public that he invited, who invited the public that he invited when he was Chief Minister in Delhi? Come on, Vishnu. What is this? You can the Aam Aadmi Party, as Mr. Jaitley today said it, and I'll quote him. I don't even need to paraphrase. It now includes the Aam Aadmi Party, the right to gate crash, the right to violent protest, and the right to take every liberty with the truth.
Your protests weren't peaceful,
well, that's
Nalin.
their politics. Good luck to them.
You, according to them, according to the Aam Aadmi Party's letter to the EC, you, Nalin Kohli, hit Shailendra Singh on the head, and there is photographic evidence.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure. And I'll give a counter to that straight away. I am sure the Election Commission will take cognizance of it.
But the Delhi
and I'm
police
sure
haven't.
if I'm guilty of
come
it,
on.
Hold on. I'm answering. Don't interrupt me, my friend. The question is to me, not to you. My name is Nalin Kohli, not yours. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever the investigative agencies try to do, they will immediately. I'm not rattled, my friend. Don't flatter yourself. So out here we are. If the Delhi police, anyone finds a shred of evidence of mine that I hit anybody, broke anybody's head, I will absolutely, I'm saying it on the record, resign from political life. And I will expect the same from Mr. Kejriwal and each one of his goons. If they are able to then, for the lies that they are putting on me, holding a stick is not the same as breaking someone's head. That's why I'm saying it with confidence out here on the television channel. Mr. Rahul Mehra, I hope you and I'll meet if there is an investigation and if they can prove. And I hope Mr. Shailendra, for his lies, will find the appropriate legal recourse against himself after the investigation.
Rahul, he says
Vishnu, allow me
he's
to
willing
respond.
to quit politics.
Vishnu, allow me.
Yes.
He should quit it today because he's a liar and I will prove you how.
Why should I quit? On your alley? Well, you
allow me now, don't interrupt. Have some patience. Have some patience. You can, I won't use the words because, that's what BJP is all about. We are not like that. So just hold your horse. You can use all nonsensical language because that's what shows what kind of a person you are.
Jump.
So let's not get to a personal sling bang. Now,
don't worry, Mr.
Vishnu,
Rahul. I can get as personal as you want.
Now keep quiet. Have the patience. Learn to listen also. Vishnu, there are two things which come very clearly. One, whatever Arun Jaitley says is gospel truth for BJP. Now Nalin forgets that after that tweet, I responded with 2 tweets, which is very conveniently ignored. If all that what Arun Jaitley said, the response was that BJP plays the politics of right to hooliganism, right to conspiracy of silence, right to conflict of interest, right to not disclosing their funding, right to criminalization of politics, which he has forgotten. So let's not talk about Arun Jaitley. He's not the last word on everything. Number 2, as far as the issue is concerned of the day before incident, outside BJP's headquarters. Let me just say this much, that BJP has used the police force to its advantage, and police force has allowed itself to be used. And I will prove myself today on your national channel. How? Shazia Ilmi did not even have a stick in her hand. Ashutosh did not have anything in his hand. And both of them were interrogated for hours together. And Nalin Kohli, who had a stick in his hand, prima facie is more guilty than Shazia Ilmi and Ashutosh.
Okay, Nalin, I'll get Nalin to, I will come to you in a moment.
Number two. Allow me to complete.
I have other panelists also.
No, Vishnu.
You've replied.
I'm sorry, Vishnu, allow me to complete my point. Number two, there were bricks, and please do a scientific analysis of it. Match the bricks which were lying outside on the road, and match the bricks which were being under construction, which were being placed inside BJP's office, and you will find them matching. And you will find them matching.
Okay.
That is what BJP did. Threw the bricks out.
Okay. All right.
We apologize that we retaliated.
Okay, Rahul, one moment. Siddharth Varadarajan, come in over here.
I would like to come in now, please. No, I will like to come in now, please.
Nalin and Rahul, wait. I have another panelist.
It's a long attack on me personally.
No, I know. So I will let you respond. Bear with me for a few minutes.
So did you. You started it all.
1 minute. Siddharth Varadarajan, does the Aam Aadmi Party have a point when they say...
Let me answer, then you go to Siddharth.
No, Nalin, don't tell me what I need to do. I'm not telling you what you need to do.
Well,
I promise to come back to you in 2 minutes.
Hold on.
I will come to you in 2 minutes.
The ethics of it is he has made a personal long attack on me.
Yes, and you will respond. You will respond.
You may prefer to hold the debate in any way.
You will respond.
I am in my rights. I am in my rights. He has called Mr. Jaitley names. I am not waiting for... No, Siddharth, you can ask him after that. I can also exit the program after this.
No, but why will you do that when you have an opportunity to answer?
No, Siddharth can have all the flow. But he has
but 1 minute. Siddharth Varadarajan, let me ask you this question before I come to Nalin. Before I go across to Nalin Kohli. And the point is this.
No, hold on.
The Aam Aadmi Party says that nobody in the BJP has been arrested. So Siddharth, is there any validity in that argument when you look at the footage and this incident?
So are you talking of the Delhi incident or Gujarat?
Yes, the Delhi incident. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, what we saw was melee, was a brawl. It's very hard to disentangle, but it's clear that attacks took place from both sides. And the police needs to investigate both sides, leaders on both sides. So far, if they're proceeding in a systematic way, looking at our people first, maybe they come to BJP later. But I think there's a more fundamental issue at stake here, Vishnu, which is that politics is about two-way communication. Leadership is about two-way communication. It cannot simply be the process of transmitting your own speeches, your own messages, and not being willing to listen to the other side, not being willing to take questions. So I think when the Aam Aadmi Party says that they have 16 questions for Narendra Modi and his government, I think the easiest route for the BJP to adopt is to say, fine, show us the questions, here are the answers. Right?
Okay, fair enough.
What you have instead is a massive verbiage. You have a massive slander. All kinds of accusations are being made.
Okay.
But these questions themselves, which need to be answered. What's wrong? Why doesn't the BJP simply answer
fair
those
enough.
questions?
Now, I promise the last word to Nalin Kohli. Nalin, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Vishnu. Well, I hope I'm not interrupted. Well, I think Mr. Varadarajan is raising a point about answering questions. As far as we are concerned, the basic point I'm saying is that there may be valid questions, they may be not. If he's on a study tour, he would have found many answers. They are in the public space. But if they do wish to have a structured discussion on it, why not? I'm sitting right here. You fix a time and place. We'll have a debate, but let's have it structured. Not this ambush thing. I'll throw 16 questions at you and you want an answer in the next 20 minutes. It doesn't work like that. If you want to talk on facts, and there is enough of facts on Gujarat, we are not hiding any model. I told you we won awards. Now let's get back to what Mr. Mehra was in a lot of anguish speaking about me and this. I've already said, every citizen of this country works equally under the law. There's no question. But you can't break up an incident and try to look at it in one way. The questions to be asked is, why were they there? Were they not trying to forcibly enter the BJP office? Yes or no? When they were forcibly are we not receiving bricks? They talk about their people getting injured. Of course, it's unfortunate. Our people also, 9 people were in hospital. It's not a nice thing. So far, elections have been taking place in a free and fair manner without violence till the Aam Aadmi Party on the very day that the model code of conduct came, and it's a matter of grave concern to us that on that very day an incident like to take place. Why did the incident? Then Mr. Rahul Mehra has spoken many things about Mr. Jaitley. I can't be answering for his own inferiority complex to one of the most brilliant men in this country. That's between Mr. Rahul Mehra's inferiority complex and Mr. Jaitley's brilliance.
All right, look, I need to end this discussion. I have, Nalin, given you the last chance to respond.
Give me 10 seconds.
Rahul, I would like to, but you know, I'm trying to be fair. You had what you had to say. Nalin had what he had to say.
10 seconds.
If I had the luxury of time, I would have continued this, but we will continue this another stage. I don't have that luxury of that 10 seconds. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us over here. Where is the Aam Aadmi Party going with its strategy, and will this war of words between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party ever end?